Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, 26th November, is also known as our Constitution Day. Constitution Day, also known as Samvidhan Divas, is celebrated in India in the honor of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, known as the architect of Indian Constitution. The Government of India has declared 26th November as the Constitution Day. On this day in 1949, the Constituent Assembly of India adopted the Constitution of India and it went into effect on 26 January 1950. Now let me read out the preamble to the Indian Constitution for you. The Constitution of India. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens, number one, justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and opportunity, and to promote amongst them all fraternity, measuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, we hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution. Gentlemen, the B.R. Ambedkar, who was the principal architect of our Constitution, was born on 14th April 1891. He was popularly known as Baba Saheb. He was an Indian jurist, economist, politician and social reformer. He inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement and campaigned against the social discrimination against the untouchables, that is the Dalits. He also supported the right of women and labor. He was independent India's first law minister and the principal architect of the Constitution of India. Ambedkar was a prolific student, earning doctorates in economics from both Columbia University and the London School of Economics, and gained a reputation as a scholar for his research in law, economics and political science. In his early career, he was an economist, professor and lawyer. In his later life, he was a political activist. He became involved in campaigning and negotiation for India's independence. He published journals advocating political rights and social freedom for Dalits and contributed significantly to the establishment of the State of India. In 1956, he converted to Buddhism and initiated mass conversions of Dalits to Buddhism. In 1990, the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, was posthumously conferred upon Ambedkar. Ambedkar's legacy includes numerous memorials and depictions in our popular culture. Let us go a little bit into his early life. Ambedkar was educated by the princely state of Baroda and he was bound to serve it. He was appointed the military secretary to Gaikwads, but he had to quit in a short time. Thereafter, he tried to find ways to make a living for his growing family. He worked as a private tutor, as an accountant, and established an investment consulting business. But it failed when his clients learnt that he was an untouchable. In 1918, he became the professor of political economy in the Sydenham College of Commerce and Economics in Mumbai. Although he was successful with students, other professors objected to his sharing the drinking water jug with them. Ambedkar had been invited to testify before the Southborough Committee, which was preparing for the Government of India Act 1919. At this hearing, Ambedkar argued for creating separate electorates and reservations for untouchables and other religious communities. In 1920, he began the publication of the weekly Mook Nayak, which is the leader of the silent, in Mumbai with the help of Shahaji, the Maharaja of Kolhapur. Ambedkar went on to work as a legal professional. In 1926, he successfully defended three non-Brahmin leaders who had accused the Brahmin community of running India and then subsequently sued for libel. Dhananjay Kheer notes that the victory was resounding, both socially and individually, for the clients and the doctor. While practicing law in the Bombay High Court, he tried to promote education to untouchables and uplift them. He first organized attempt in his establishment of the central institution Bahishkrit Hitakirni Sabha, intended to promote co-education and socio-economic development of the Dalits. He was appointed to the Bombay Presidency Committee to work with All European Salmon Commission in 1925. This commission had sparked great protests across India, and while its report was ignored by most Indians, Ambedkar himself wrote a separate set of recommendations for the future Constitution of India. In 1932, the British announced the formation of a separate electorate for the depressed classes. Gandhi fiercely opposed a separate electorate for the untouchables, saying that he feared such an arrangement would divide the Hindu community. Gandhi protested by fasting while he was imprisoned in the Yerwada Central Jail of Pune. Following the fast, Congress politicians and activists such as Madan Mohan Malviya and Palwankar Balu organized joint meetings with Ambedkar and his supporters at Yerwada. On 25 September 1932, the agreement known as the Pune Pact was signed between Ambedkar and Madan Mohan Malviya. The agreement gave reserved seats for the depressed classes in the provisional legislature within the general electorate. In 1935, Ambedkar was appointed principal to the Government Law College in Bombay, a position which he held for 2 years. He also served as the chairman of the governing body of the Ramjas College, University of Delhi, after the death of its founder, Sir Rai Kedarnath. Settling in Bombay, Ambedkar oversaw the construction of a house and stocked his personal library with more than 50,000 books. His wife Ramabai died due to long illness the same year. It had been her long-standing wish to go to pilgrimage on Pandharpur, but Ambedkar has refused to let her go, telling her that he would create a new Pandharpur for her instead of the Hinduism's Pandharpur, which treated them like untouchables. At the Yola Conversion Conference on 13th October in Nasik, Ambedkar announced his intention to convert to a different religion and exhorted his followers to leave Hinduism. He would repeat his message at many public meetings across India. Drafting the Indian Constitution. People paid tribute to the central statue of Baba Ambedkar because he was found to be the central pillar around which the Constitution has been made. Upon India's independence on 15th August 1947, the new Congress-led government invited Ambedkar to serve as the nation's first law minister, which he accepted. On 29th August, he was appointed the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee and was appointed by the Assembly to write India's new constitution. The text prepared by Ambedkar provided the constitutional guarantees and the protections for the wide range of civil liberties for individual citizens, including freedom of religion, the abolition of untouchability, and the outlawing of all forms of discrimination. Ambedkar argued for extensive economic and social rights for women and won the Assembly's support for introducing a system of reservations for jobs in civil services. Ambedkar opposed Article 370 of the Constitution of India, which granted a special status to the state of Jammu and Kashmir and which was included against his wishes. Balraj Madhok reportedly said that he told Sheikh Abdullah, "You wish India should protect your borders, she should build roads in your area, she should supply you with food grains, and Kashmir should get an equal status as India. But the government of India should give only limited powers, and Indian people have no rights in Kashmir. To give consent to this proposal would be a treacherous thing against the interests of India, and I, as the law minister, will never do it." Then Sheikh Abdullah approached Nehru, who directed him to Swami Iyengar, who in turn approached Sardar Patel, saying that Nehru had promised Sheikh Abdullah the special status. Patel got the article passed while Nehru was on a foreign tour. On the day the article came up for discussion, Ambedkar did not reply to questions but did participate on other articles. All the arguments were done by Krishna Swami Iyengar. On the support to Uniform Civil Code, I would like to quote B.R. Ambedkar. "I personally do not understand why religion should be given this vast, expansive jurisdiction so as to cover the whole of life and to prevent the legislature from encroaching upon that field. After all, what are we having this liberty for? We are having this liberty in order to reform our social system, which is so full of iniquities, discriminations, and other things which conflict with our fundamental rights." That was B.R. Ambedkar. Thank you very much.